and then I accidentally press on the live streaming. Okay, anyway, I'm just going to have a little chat with you guys. I hope everything is fine with you. It's autumn time, so I haven't been out picking mushroom because there has been quite a lot of problem with the weather because it suddenly become very cold, and then the mushroom, the forest is not wet enough for the mushroom to come. So a little bit disappointed, but I think we are okay on the way because next week is going to be raining the whole week. So hopefully we have more mushrooms and I could go out to the forest. And you're probably wondering why I do this live streaming, right? Actually, I'm doing some craft here, and I just thought that I want to just jump on live and have a little chat with you guys while I'm doing this live streaming. So I hope you guys can see what I'm doing here so I could chat with you. Hello. So let's see. Today I make this like, which I hope will turn out well. Unfortunately, I'm not so satisfied with. Now it's so bright, so you can't really see how beautiful these lights are. So this is how it look like if I turn on the light. So I like this part where you could find like dried mushroom and you can just glue it on it. So I find they are really, really beautiful. And there's a lot of glue string here, which I'm going to be removing. So let me just explain to you how this works, all right? Actually, this is a very old log wood I found in the forest while I was out walking. And then I thought, hey, maybe this is not a bad idea to like bring it home. Maybe I could do a craft work on that. So, and this is how it turns out. Basically, what I did is that I just glued the lights first. I think if you guys have seen my video earlier on, I actually use this kind of lights. Can you see? This kind of lights. And they are very cheap. I think it's like 20 krona. So I will just arrange the light and glue it on facing upward. So if you haven't checked my video, go to my shorts video later on and check this out. I think this is a really good way to reuse cycle stuff, making it possible. So you don't have to buy, you save money on decoration. So you guys know I'm a mushroom freak. I am a mushroom nut, so I love doing this kind of craft. And people were asking me, hey, you should sell it. I said, no, I don't have the time to do it because you really have to have a lot of, things in stocks to do this. So right now I'm just doing this for fun's sake, just to learn how to create a centerpiece like that. So this is, can you do this yourself? You think so? I think it's not that difficult, which I'm going to show you how to do it right away, live streaming, so you can chat with me. So I'm going to just put this light away and show you how I'm going to turn on this light. Don't waste battery. So this is on, this is on it. It will be very nice at night. So right now it just look like strawberries. So I have a lock here, which I found. My Sambo, my partner, chopped a lot of wood last year. So I thought maybe, instead of using this for fireplace, so I thought, the half shaped one can be very good for making craft. So I asked him to make a hole here. He used what do you call it, saw to saw the hole so that I could so I could hide my lights here. So I do not know about you, but I'm really scared of getting wood, what do you call that, yeah, you know what I mean, get cut by the wood. So what I did is that initially, let me just show you one that you can see. Yeah, this one. This one. So what I did is I take a piece of this kind of fabric. Looks like leather, but it's not leather. So what I did is I just trace out the shape, and then I cut out a piece of artificial leather, and then I just paste it. And this way I don't have to be afraid that I will cut myself with the wood. So I'm giving this away to a friend of mine. She doesn't have Christmas decoration, so I thought I want to surprise her. Hopefully she enjoy this. She's a single mom. She don't have so much Christmas decoration, and she loves red. So I thought I'm going to give her this as a Christmas present. I think this is quite pretty, yeah? So really, it's how you like to. Let me just show you one more example. I think I've shown you guys this in my Instagram or in my post. You see, I've forgotten to make the hole, so I can't really hide this thing. So before you do this, it's very good if you can think about the aftermaths. So you just make a hole here so you can hide this on-off switch. I think this is pretty too, don't you think? Okay, so again I did the same thing. I treat it like that so that I will not get cut. I have tons of craft that I'm getting used to. I'm doing right now. So now I'm just going to show you guys how I do this. So basically, you need this kind of fairy light. You can buy this at the normal shop. They should have it in the craft shop. It's more expensive. The cheaper one is you go to the dollar store and you can get one like this for 20 crown. So they have about 10 different light bulbs. These are light bulbs. So these are really good because they are metal, so they are very easy to shape and bend them. So when you bend them, you want to make sure you give some space like in between the lights. So if this is the first mushroom, this is the second mushroom, right? So you just make sure you have enough light. Can you see like that? So I want to have like enough space between the mushroom. So what I do is I just twist this like that. So when you twist this, it will not only be stronger, it also enable you to bend it later on. See, you are able to bend it. Even with a single string one, you still could bend it. So these are really cheap and good product that you could easily get. So what I always want to do is that you don't want to have mushroom all of the same height. You want this to be slightly shorter than this. So the next one that I'm going to do is this one, which is much shorter. So it's more interesting, right? Not like everyone is the same height. See, I got the third one. So this is maybe a shorter one. Okay. Now the third one, the fourth light will be maybe slightly higher. you want to have a bit of interesting. When you get used to it, you know, you just it's just so easy. I think I made about eight of them. So this is like so fun to do. I really enjoy doing that. And some people ask me if I want to sell them. I will say, oh, maybe later if anybody was interested, maybe if I have the time. But right now I'm full of project in my mind. I have to just take it easy. I think it is very important that you take your time to enjoy the last bit of the summer. So the summer here is really, really short, and I think we have to appreciate that, because soon the snow will come, and when the snow comes, it's going to be really boring. So I think doing craft work during the winter month or maybe the late autumn month is very good, because then you know, you don't feel depressed, because I feel depressed when it is cold and dark. So I'm just going to just twist the last one. You see, I notice I do always one long and one short all the time. And then because I'm going to hide this, so I want to make sure I have enough space so I could hide this. So at this point, you just do a marking here, so you know that you could easily lift this up and just hide them when you put them on the table. Okay, it's not that difficult. So what I do is I put them on the, let me see if I can turn the table a little bit. Can you see? So what I do is I hide this thing, and then I do a marking here. So I just let my mushroom, the last one, to be around here. All right. So if you're going to do like one straight line like that, it's going to be really boring. So what I do is that I like to do like a zigzag. So usually I do the zigzag before I decide. And also I think you have to look at the pattern of the wood also. You don't want the lights to be in the middle of this, then you will not be able to see the interesting texture. So what I do is I hide this, and then I will just roughly know where I want to, like that. Let's see if I can do like a headshot so that you know, you guys can see what I'm doing. Okay. I'm gonna higher this a little bit so you can see what I'm doing here. Okay, so I'm going to tilt my camera a little bit, and then so you can see. All right, can you see? Let me know if you can see. So you see, I like to bend it like that, so you will have a more interesting mushroom, taller one behind and the shorter one in front. So actually you could start gluing them, but you want to make sure that this is not blocked. This is not blocked, yeah? So what I do is that I will just go around this, and then just like that. All right, make it as natural as possible. Go around this. I think this is much better, don't you think? Okay, now how to put this in position, right? You need a glue gun. So what I do is that I will just make sure you know what you're doing, okay? This glue gun, if you have a kid with you, it's better you help them with this because it can get very hot and you don't want them to be hurt. So I want to push this closer a little bit so that I can, have a more interesting. Okay. Actually I wanted to do like a little bit of a curve because I want this to be hang on my on my wall. So the first two mushroom will be smaller because if I have too big, then it might touch the wall. So if you know what I mean, I bend the wire so that I could feed my mushroom. Let me just give you an example. All right, this is the mushroom. So I could put my mushroom here, like that. Okay, like that. So just be careful, right? Don't want to burn yourself here. So the third one, I'm going to put here. Try to do a bit zigzag because if you know what I mean. Because if you don't do zigzag, you see, if you're going to put these two close to each other, right, then they're going to touch each other. So try and put further apart so that it will not touch each other. See, it took just a few seconds to what do you call that, to stick. So again, this one, I try to put that in the center and try to bend this first. And then I decide I want to have it here. So I always like to put the glue like that first. So just make sure you have enough glue gun because this craft take up a lot of glue. Right now I have 1, 2, 3, 4. And then the next one, I'm going to just turn it a little bit. So, okay, yeah. All right, you see, you can get burn on your finger. Just make sure that you be careful, okay? Okay, now I'm going to go around this texture because I don't want to destroy this part. So again, I turn my light to this direction. There are things that I noticed also when I was doing this mushroom decoration. Really, you have to think ahead. If you don't think ahead, sometimes the design may not be as good. So always good to like understand the texture of the wood and then you decide, okay, how this is going to look. You might have some glue falling from here, but it is okay. Just make sure you don't. Okay, gonna do like that. And then I'm going to do like that. So, okay, now. You see what I mean? We have to plan ahead because if you don't plan ahead, you will end up situation like this where you might lose this part. So I will try to glue this back just a little bit, right? Okay, see? And the last one. So right now we have all our lights in position. A lot of people say, oh, it looks so simple, right? On my shorts video. But when I come to think about it, that's why I want to do this live streaming, because I find that there are a lot of details that you are unable to explain them on a very short video. So now I have all my lights ready. So the next step is to get a piece of paper, what we call that, this is a piece of wax paper, which I got from my kitchen. So I'm going to do like small mushroom. So, all right, just see here, okay? I'm going to do like a mushroom shape. So first you want to just focus on the center. I hope you can see just one dot first. All right, then don't spread it, just keep going. Make sure you have enough glue. And you want to do not so many at one time, because you have to wait like 30 seconds. Then you could bend the mushroom. You know what I mean when I do this. You see what I mean. Because when this glue is hard, they're really difficult to bend them. So you want to make sure you have enough glue. Don't worry that it is not like perfect circle. All right, just focus on the center. And one more. I'm going to do just 4, so you see what I mean. Okay. This is not really round, but it is okay. We have mushrooms that are out of shape too. So you want to do different sizes too, because you remember the spacing of the lights are different. Maybe I'll do one more here. Until you don't have. Okay, just focus on the center. All right, now you see what I mean. If you have something like circle stuff like this, or if you have like this kind of tools, of course it would be good to use them. But if you don't, it's fine. I have a lot of old glue stuck here, so you shouldn't wait for too long. You see, when these are still wet and it's still hot, so you have to consider you know, doing this a little at a time. I have one here. I'm going to do one here, small one. I'm out of the frame a bit, but okay, I'm going to put this away. Make sure you have like a paper. That's my paper. So okay, now Okay, now the glue is still hot, right? Make sure you get this ready. The reason why you use a paper is because you could lift it up easily, like that. You see, it's still very soft. So sometimes you might need a tools like a knife. Let me see if I can get a knife here. All right, get a knife and just slowly cut this. This is not very dry, not very cooled down yet, so I'm just going to see the rest. They are still not cooled down, but it is okay. I'm going to try to lift this up, because if you let them cool down too much, then it will be very difficult for you to bend them. So just stay to the side like that and just try to lift this up. You see, in the center here is still wet, right? Then you have to be careful, yeah, because it can burn your hand. So just slowly lift this thing up. Okay, now quickly put this one under here, and you see, you could just push this out a little bit so you get the shape of a mushroom. See? Right, this is one that is done. And then we want to get this out. And then you have to be quite fast. I'm used to this, so you see, you have to just push it in here. So again, you get another one. All right, I'm going to do this quickly because it is turning cold. And then you can put them on the table too, and then just press them like that. Okay, good. It's easier at this temperature now. You see, now I could easily get the shape. See, this is really beautiful. So we have 10 lights. I'm just showing. Okay, now see, beautiful, right? And then I have one here too. It's okay. A tiny one. This is the right temperature actually. You see, when you see it's very white, it means that you can get a really nice mushroom shape. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I still need 4. So I'm going to quickly just do another 4, which you need to do is get rid of the glue. Get ready with the glue, not get ready with the glue, and then just do 4. 1, so like this. You want to go around it a little bit because the string is really, if you pull it out, then you will get a string outside the circle. So what I do is I will just go around this like that. When the glue string stop, then I'll move on to the next one. I'm going to do a little bit bigger this time. When you have a bigger circle, it means a bigger shapes. Okay, I'm going to do one more here. you guys find this useful, because I think when you're doing a craft like that, you really need to be detailed. It's really difficult to put all the details in a very short, fast video. So let me just show you what I usually do is that I wait for it to cool down, and if you like, you could paint it before, if that is making sense for you. For me, I find that it is easier to paint it like before, but you can also do it afterwards. And while painting this, you want to make sure, because this is almost translucent, you want to paint them not too dark color. The mistake that I made earlier on, I painted a darker color, so the light wasn't strong enough to pass through. So for me, I suggest you paint it in a very light color, like maybe if you like a brown, you paint a light brown color. Or yellow is the best, because yellow really shines. Red a little bit difficult, because the red that I used was a bit too strong, the red. This is a bit too strong. And then, what color, right? I use acrylic color to paint it. And then I put the dots, and then I let it dry completely. And then I put the lac. You can buy this kind of hobby lac at any hobby shop. It doesn't cost so much. So you can use this both indoor and outdoor. There are two types. You can buy the one that is used for both indoor and outdoor. I think that one is not so much more expensive. So, and it's more lasting. The only thing is that when you are using when you are lacking the mushroom, make sure you do it outdoor, because if you do it indoor, the whole house is going to smell quite a lot. Let me see if I can show you the lac that I bought. So wear a mask when you're lacking it. Okay, now I'll show you the lac later, but I need to get rid of this first, okay? Let me just take this out first. Oh, yeah. Make sure you remember which one. Which one did you take first? I think I had this one first, right? Okay, it's not. Oh, you see? It's not. Maybe I'll try this. Can you guys remember which one or not I put first? I think this is quite late. Okay. I think this is quite okay. Oh, good. This means this is the earlier one. So quickly put them under, and then you see, I got such a cute shape now. Okay, one, and then oh, got so much rubbish on from the paper. Okay, two. I think this is the earlier one. Oh. Okay, and then the last one. I wonder who is watching here. So many of you are here, and let me know, where are you from? I'm really curious. Say hi if possible, so I can get to know you too. So we have 10 of this now here. Let me just show you. Okay, I've done one which is out of shape. Let's see. Okay, if I have any. This is one that I did early on. Sometimes you might have this wasted, so but you can use it for other thing later on. So these are done. If you want to paint it, go ahead and paint it, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to show you the next step, that is to put the stems. Right, remember the stem. Let's see. Okay, let's do it this way. Okay, remember this is a hanging, so this is on top, so nobody can see this thing hiding inside. So now we just want to add the glue. So I like to do a very thin layer first, because you can add the layers later on. One. I wonder how it is it harmful to smell the glue? I've been smelling this glue, but I never felt like anything strange. So by right, I should be wearing like a mask or what to protect myself. So you notice I only do one side, but I would turn the lock and I'll do the other side, so it become thicker. Make sure you band them before, because you know why? If you don't band them before, it will be too late to do this later on, because it will be very difficult to bend them. Okay, okay, now the last one. Okay, now I have to change to this side, and I'm going to do this part first, thicker. So this is something that you can do as a Christmas gift to your friend, but right now the forest is getting frozen nowadays here in North Sweden. So I collected some in my backyard. Under the law, the Swedish law, in the forest, we call that the forest protection law. You're not allowed to pick moss, like moss in the forest. You're not allowed to do that unless you own that land or it's at your backyard. So I have plenty of moss in my backyard here in the summer house, so I could do that. And I read also about that you are not allowed to pick like twigs or dead leaves in some forests which are protected here in Sweden. So make sure you follow the rule so you don't get into trouble. Okay, so this is how my stems look like. Now the fun part is here. See how this looks like, right? So you see, these are the small one, the big one. So you have to know, all right, like, okay, this is a small one. You put the small one in front. Another small one here. And then the bigger one here. Then the next one is a small one here. I like to do this way because then I know, so I don't put them in the wrong direction. This is a small one, a big one, a small one, a big one, and a big one. Okay, now handle with care. Put the glue, just a tiny bit, and then you want to just put them in here. See? Yep. Then this is another small one. Sometimes it's just enough, a little bit. Oops. And then you just make sure you have the position of the lights. So it looks natural. Again, this one. So look, this part, is it pretty? It's not that pretty. Then this part is much prettier. So you put them on this direction. Okay. This is a small one. So I check. Okay, I'll take this part. You have to be a bit, don't have to be a perfectionist. I mean, I may look like a perfectionist, but I really don't bother. But sometimes when you're doing this for quite a long time, and then you start staring at it in the night, then you say, oh, maybe that one is on the wrong position. So sometimes I get that kind of feeling that you want to do it right. Because that will stay permanently. And of course, you can always remove them later if you want to. So, right, this is the big one. Sometimes it may just fall off, so you have to hold on to it, so it will not fall off. Okay, now this is a small one. I'll come to this side. Okay, this one is prettier. I think this one is prettier. Oh, see, it came out. This one is prettier, yeah? Or this side. There, I'll put this. Okay, as you can see, we are done here. So I'm going to show you how I decorate this moss, this lock here. So you see all this wire here is very ugly, right? So you want to hide them. Let me just show you one example, which is really easy. Let's see if I could do it higher a little bit so you can close better look. Okay, now let me just quickly explain, because this is going to take time if I'm going to show you everything. So you have this kind of fungus where you could find on a tree. So usually I use this to hide the wire. And then you can also add a mixture. For me, I found all this from the forest. So I would just play around with that, like Okay, I think this is lacking of green. So I'll just put a green mossa here. These are quite thick. I prefer a thinner one where you could buy from the art and craft shop. So this is how I hide all the wire. And sometimes you can find beautiful fungus. This is, if I'm not wrong, it's a fungus. So it's very moist when you pick them, but the minute you bring them home indoor, it will dry up and it will crisp. So what I suggest, before you put them onto or glue them onto the wood, you wet them, because when they are wet, they're easier to handle. So you decide where you want to put them, and then you just put the glue first and you let them sit in position. I think this is really pretty. And over here, there are some fungus that I found in the forest. These are quite small. It looks like Turkish tail, but it's not. And also fungus like this, you could easily find them. So remove them. This is from our backyard. So you could use a glue gun to glue it. And then just arrange it in a beautiful manner. I think this is quite pretty. And this one I couldn't find. I was thinking of hiding it inside here, but this hole is too small and I don't want to destroy this, so I'm just going to let this hang behind here. So overall, I think you won't be able to see them. This is another fungus and some mossa. So when you want to like move them, I like to spray them with a bit of water so it's soft when you're handling them, you know, because when they are like this, they are very crispy. You can break them. So spray them with a little bit of water on and off. Otherwise, they will get very white and dull. So with that in mind, this is what I will do with this. I will hide all this wire and then I will just decorate them as it is. Then I'll probably use some of this fungus that I picked just 2 days ago, and then I'll glue them onto the side of the lock. So this probably will be something that I will be using to hang. I'm going to hang this, and then I'm probably going to use this one because I really love this effect. And I think this is going to be really beautiful. So I'm going to take a picture and show you guys how it looks like. Maybe I'll put here how it looks like on the finished job. But I'm sure in this live streaming, you more or less know how to handle this, how to decorate this. One tips, when you are gluing this, you see this is an example of this kind of dried fungus, right? So when you glue it, sometimes you want to like adjust it to the space that you know that perfectly fit, but it is easier to glue it on the back before you put it. Otherwise, the other way you can do is you could glue it if you know the space. Okay, for example like this, then you just glue around this. The problem with this is sometimes the glue can come out and then you will see some glue coming out from the side, and that's what you try to avoid. So Let me just see if I can talk to you guys for a while before we say bye bye. I hope this video is helpful for you. This is definitely something you can easily do. Even try and get your kids to do this with you, but make sure you handle the glue gun yourself. If you like this live streaming, please let me know. Put a like or send me a comment. See what other kind of mushroom decoration you want to do. Before I go, I'm going to show you the one that I promised you. Let me just see if I can get. Oh. I put all the things in this box so I don't have to find. This is the lag that I was talking about. So it's the wrong side. It's called clear lag, and it's for indoor and outdoor. I think this is a really nice things, and it really shine. I bought this in the local shop. I'll see if I can find them in Amazon. If I do, I'm going to put the link in the video description so you too can get them yourself. Yes, somebody asked me about the box, you know. Let me just get the mushroom box. Remember this mushroom box? I made this, maybe you can get a closer look how it looks like. This is something that I always wanted to own a mushroom box like this, because I saw one a few years ago and it was on auction. I think it was around 4,000 Swedish krona. It was so expensive. So I thought, you know, why not get a box like this? So I bought this box at Lopez, a flea market. It was white in color. So my friend gave me a gift wraps, green in color. So I just thought, hey, maybe I can do something like that, you know, without spending so much money. So this one really took me, I think, 2 days to make this. First, I have to form the mushrooms with the clay, and then, of course, the most difficult part is to mix the color. You really have to, you know, blend the color. Sometimes I could do it like 4 or 5 different type of blend, and I still don't get it. Sometimes it can be very irritating, but the result is very promising. I stare at this every night. I have them in front of beside my TV when I watch. I know this is crazy, but somehow it comforts me. For some reason, I don't know how to explain, but it just makes me feel like I'm closer to the forest, that I am close to my mushroom, so it makes me happy. So what I'm trying to say is that do things that makes you happy, that brings you joy, because you know, this kind of things, especially something that you do by your own hand, you know, you will somehow learn how to appreciate all the small things in your life, and be grateful about it, that you are given this opportunity to do what you like to do. And I think you should listen to your heart rather than your brain, because I think they speak louder. All right, this is something that if you are interested, I would like to do a live streaming on this. Maybe I can't do every mushroom, but maybe I could do like one mushroom in one live streaming, and I'll show you how to form it with just a bare finger. All right, that's it for today. I hope you guys enjoy this live streaming, and share this to somebody who might find this kind of content interesting. Summer is ending, autumn's also is ending. Now we are approaching winter. um, we're gonna have a lot of rain next week, so let's see if I could find any opportunity to bring you out into the Swedish forest for the last time and see how this, what kind of things you could find in the forest that you can bring home legally, so you could have some craft work done. All right, see you guys. Bye bye.